All right, so here we are. Good morning, everybody. I'm Adam Bilsing, and this is the Oregon Drum Project, where we do daily deep dives into every aspect of playing the drums. Today is day 112, and our topic is changing up practice tempos and staying loose. I'll be working on brushes today, working on some material out of a DVD called The Brush Secret, specifically the full circular motions with acceleration accents and pressure accents. So without much more talking, let's get down to it. All right, and I'm using the wax on motion, both hands inward towards you, because that's my favorite one, and the rest of them sound really, really bad. All right, so here we are over at the practice pads, and actually more accurately today, the actual snare drums, because we're doing brushes today. So I wanted to talk about changing up your practice tempos and staying loose, because that's two things I've run into today that are causing some problems. So I moved the BPMs up to 48 beats per minute today, and I still have an eighth note subdivision in my ear because 48 is pretty slow. And I noticed right away that when I moved things to 48, it felt like I couldn't play anything at all. I had been working on these brush exercises down around 40 and sticking mostly around 40, 41, 42, 39, kind of trying to wiggle around that range. But when I moved it up to 48, everything got real different. So the point of this is that it's important to practice at varying tempos, even if they're kind of close to each other. 48 is not that far from 42, but changing things up just that much really threw all my motions out of whack and made me work on things a little differently than I would have normally. And the second thing I wanted to mention today was stay loose. Stay loose, which is pretty good advice for any drum practice, but especially today in these brushes when I got around to the pressure accents. So the notes that you get the accent from pushing down on the fan and getting more of it to touch the drum head instead of just the tips. The pressure accents today, I noticed I was gripping tighter and tighter, really trying to get those out, and that's a bad idea. If you find yourself gripping tight with brushes or with sticks, take a step back, review your hands, figure out what's going wrong, and try to fix it quick. The last thing you need is to tighten up, especially at faster tempos or when you're working on something that's a little uncomfortable at first. So with all that said, I'm still working on the full circular motions out of the Brush Secret DVD here. So I'm going to run you up and down through the tables of time, first with acceleration accents, which is when you sweep faster to get the accent, and second with the pressure accents. And you'll see the struggles I'm having today up at 48 beats per minute. Pretty rough at the top of the tree there. Everything else was all right. All right, that about does it for day 112 of the Oregon Drum Project. That's 112 days working towards my ultimate goal of ecstatic improvisation through technical mastery of the drum set, which just means I want to freak out real good behind the kit. Special thanks as always to my producer, Mr. Silas himself over at Red 11 Media. Also shouts out today to Remo Drumheads because I was practicing on an actual drum, and Ludwig Drums for that actual drum. If you'd like to follow along and make sure you don't miss any episodes, go ahead and like and subscribe below. You can also catch me over on Twitter at Dirty Bandana. on the social network Minds, also at Dirty Bandana, and you can get all the details for everything about the Oregon Drum Project at dirtybandana.com. That's it. We'll see y'all tomorrow.